This is the first song, Robbie Krieger. This is what's great. I mean, the Doors, I don't know, maybe it must have been destiny or something. I mean, there was some kind of destiny operating. The fact that Jim and I met on the beach at UCLA after he was going to New York City. And I thought I'd never see him again. And, you know, we'd graduated, we were good friends at UCLA and got stoned together and talked about art and, you know, music and the films that we saw at UCLA. And Jim was off to New York, and I thought, oh man, I'm never going to see him again. And instead, sitting on the beach in the middle of July, Jim Morrison comes walking down the beach. And it's like, whoa, man, what's going on? And he said he'd been writing songs. He didn't go to New York, he stayed. And he said, this is interesting, he said that he had envisioned in his mind a rock and roll concert. Like he was living up on the 5th floor on the roof of a 4-story building, and the apartment right below was a mutual friend from UCLA, Dennis Jacob. And Jim was sleeping up on the roof for the most part, and taking his meals down with Dennis. And he said, sitting up on the roof, looking out at the sun setting into the Pacific Ocean, the end of Western civilization, that's it. It only goes to California. After California, you know, the Greek and Roman, you know, moving across the Atlantic all the way to New York and New England, and all the way across the American continent to California. That's it. That's the end of it. It ends there. You know. It goes from Greece to California. And there we were, sitting in California, watching the sunset into the Pacific Ocean, realizing that next is Asia, you know, China, Japan, the globe of the earth. So Jim's sitting there watching the sunset, and he said, I was envisioning myself as the lead singer of a rock and roll band at an enormous rock concert. And he had written those songs, Moonlight Drive, and My Eyes Have Seen You, and Summer's Almost Gone, and a couple of other things. And when he sang them to me, I thought, this is just fabulous. You know, we have to get a rock and roll band together and see if we can make that actually come true. And we did. When we were on the stage at Madison Square Garden, I thought, this is that massive rock and roll concert with Jim as the lead singer of a rock and roll band. Then John and Robbie joined up, and Robbie Krieger wrote his very first song. The very first song Robbie Krieger ever wrote. Jim said, go home, and everybody go home now and write some songs because we need some more material. And Robbie came back. I didn't come up with anything, John didn't, even Jim didn't come up with anything, but Robbie Krieger came in on Monday or Tuesday after the weekend and said, I've got a song, first song I ever wrote. We said, all right, that's cool, man, what's it called? And he said, Light My Fire. I said, whoa, Light My Fire. An A minor to an F sharp. I'll show you quickly how the Doors' mind worked. Robbie's song was originally kind of a folk rock song. It wasn't really a jazzy thing. It was that's the A and F sharp. And Robbie's playing on the guitar, and John said, no, man, let's get some jazz to it, get some kind of Latin kind of thing. And I said, how about minor? And then Robbie said, fine, man. So, a minor thing, hard 4, second verse. Jim Morrison comes up with the second verse. Robbie only had the one verse in the chorus. No time, you know that it would, wait, my mind just went blank. The time to hesitate is through, no time to wallow in the mire, try now we can only lose, and our love becomes a funeral pyre. And then back into hard 4. Then we had a solo. What do we do? Verse, chorus, verse, chorus. Let's do a solo. And a solo is like on a John Coltrane, My Favorite Things, or also Ole Coltrane. They're doing it in 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We do it in 4. I came up with the little introduction. Circle of fifths. And the song went like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, bam! Okay, we're not the old. We have to look like we're playing. I'm not playing anything. I'm just making it up. What key is that? In C? Yeah, I know.
That's C, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Very good. Very good.
Would you please sign to Manfred?
Manfred. Okay.
Thank you very much. It's an honor for me to meet you.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Well, I think I did, man. My friendship with Jim Morrison was in 3 words: art, art, art. The only thing that matters. The best part of my life. No, the best part of my life is tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow will be the best part of my life.
Why?
Because it's always coming. It's always coming. This is the human animal. The nature of the human animal is that, can you imagine if you had the best part of your life back in 1967, 68, 69? Well, what would I be doing now? You know, the best part of your life is the next day to come. Well, it's sure a lot better than today, I'll tell you that. You know, but my individual life, you know, I look forward to the sun coming up and being alive on planet Earth. But as far as the times are concerned, well, the 60s were a lot more exciting than than today.
But you can do the same things, so you tried it.
Well, there's no war, thank God, so you don't have to fight the war in Vietnam.
Yeah, we don't have that many rules that you have.
But you're much freer. Things are much more free today. All you have to do is find the spiritual reason for why you're alive. From where am I going? What am I doing here? What is the purpose of life? For what?
I'm thinking about it all the day.
Exactly, man. Exactly. You know, and you've got to transcend. You've got to break transcend. You've got to break that. You've got to transcend. You've got to break transcend. You've got to break on. You've got to transcend. You've got to break transcend. You've got to break on to the other side.